Bewitched is a classic TV series that first graced our screens in the 1960s. It's a story about a witch named Samantha who marries a regular guy, Darrin, and tries to live a normal life. But with magic always at her fingertips, things don't always go as planned. This show is packed with laughter, surprises, and even some tear-jerking moments. Have you ever wondered if there's a particular scene or moment in this series that has stayed with you over the years? Or maybe you recall when you first stumbled upon this magical sitcom. These experiences often leave a lasting impression and bring back a flood of memories. We're curious about your most cherished memory or personal experience related to this show. Did it inspire any special moments in your life? Share your stories and memories in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Bewitched isn't just a TV show, it's a treasure trove of emotions and nostalgia. Whether it made you laugh, shocked you, or brought a tear to your eye, it's a part of our shared TV heritage. Keep watching and let's relive those magical moments together. The TV series, first aired in the 1960s, quickly became a hit with audiences of all ages. Its blend of comedy, fantasy, and family dynamics struck a chord with viewers, distinguishing itself from other shows of the era. The central character, Samantha, a witch trying to lead a normal life, became a beloved figure in American households. Her struggles and comedic mishaps, often involving her magical abilities, provided a unique and entertaining perspective on everyday life challenges. The show's popularity led to significant influence in popular culture. It became known for its humorous take on the supernatural, a theme that was relatively unexplored in mainstream media at the time. This opened the door for future TV shows and movies to incorporate fantasy elements in a light-hearted manner. The character of Samantha, portrayed as a powerful yet relatable witch, also contributed to a shift in how female characters with supernatural abilities were perceived. She was neither a villain nor a mere side character, but a protagonist who used her powers mostly for good, often with humorous consequences. In terms of commercial success, the series spawned a range of merchandise, including toys, books, and comic strips, appealing to both children and adults. These products helped to cement the show's place in popular culture, allowing fans to engage with the story and characters beyond the television screen. Moreover, the influence of this series extended into other media. It inspired a number of spin-offs and adaptations, including a sequel series, reboots, and several television movies. These adaptations varied in their approach to the original material, with some staying true to the show's original charm and others taking a more modern twist. Nevertheless, they all contributed to keeping the spirit of the original series alive for new generations of viewers. In conclusion, the series was not only a success during its original run, but also left a lasting impact on popular culture. Its unique blend of comedy, fantasy, and relatable family dynamics set a new standard for television during its time and inspired numerous adaptations and merchandise. It remains a beloved part of television history, continuing to enchant new audiences and evoke nostalgia in those who watched it during its original airing. The influence of the TV show on subsequent media is notable, particularly in how it paved the way for other shows and movies to blend the supernatural with everyday life. The series introduced a precedent for depicting magical or supernatural elements in a domestic and humorous setting, a concept that was relatively novel at the time. This approach inspired a trend in television and film where the integration of fantasy into ordinary settings became more prevalent. One of the most significant impacts of the show was on the portrayal of female characters with supernatural abilities. Before this, such characters were often relegated to roles of antagonists or mysterious figures. However, Samantha's character, a witch with a charming and relatable personality, broke this mold. She was neither a threat nor a background character, but a central figure who managed her extraordinary abilities with a touch of humor and humanity. This portrayal opened doors for future shows to feature women with supernatural powers as protagonists, leading to a broader representation of strong, independent female characters in media. The show also inspired television and film creators to explore the comedy potential in supernatural-themed narratives. Prior to this, the supernatural genre was often associated with horror or mystery. The introduction of comedic elements into these narratives allowed for a lighter, more family-friendly approach, which broadened the audience base. This blend of comedy and fantasy became a popular formula in later years, influencing a range of TV shows and movies that sought to combine humor with the extraordinary. Additionally, the series' success in merchandising highlighted the potential for television shows to extend their influence beyond the screen. It demonstrated the viability of creating a brand around a TV series, leading to an increase in the production of show-themed merchandise. This practice became increasingly common, allowing fans to engage with their favorite shows on a different level and helping to sustain the popularity of these shows over time. In comparison to other shows of its era, the series stood out for its innovative use of special effects to portray magic. While special effects were still in their early stages, the show's creative use of these techniques added to its charm and set a benchmark for future shows. This aspect of the show, though seemingly simple by today's standards, was groundbreaking at the time and contributed to its appeal. In summary, the series was a trailblazer in television, influencing the portrayal of supernatural elements in media, paving the way for strong female characters, blending comedy with fantasy, and expanding the concept of TV show merchandising. Its legacy is evident in the many shows and movies that followed, which drew inspiration from its unique and innovative approach to storytelling. The opening credits of the show, which were animated, were made by Hanna-Barbera Productions. This company was well known for creating famous 1960s cartoons like The Flintstones, The Jetsons, and Scooby-Doo. Where Are You? Interesting fact, characters from these cartoons sometimes appeared in The Flintstones, which was a cool mix of different shows at that time. In Brazil, they had to change the character Darrin's name to James. This was because Darrin sounded like a girl's name and was hard to say in Portuguese. Changing names like this for different countries was pretty common back then. It helped the show become popular in many places. Not just in the US, the show was really successful in Japan too. It was so popular there that it started a whole new style of anime called Magical Girl. This style became really big in Japanese animation. So, the show didn't just make people laugh in America, it also inspired new kinds of TV shows in other countries. This series was special because it mixed regular life with magical stuff. It was fun to watch and also inspired people in different countries and in the world of entertainment. It influenced everything from changing character names for different audiences to starting new types of shows in other places. When Dick York was unable to continue his role in the series, director William Asher faced a challenging decision. Despite York's departure and his own and Elizabeth Montgomery's desires to move on, the show's strong ratings led to the decision to keep it going. Dick Sargent stepped in as the new Darrin. Asher, understanding the audience's ability to recognize the role over the actor, chose not to provide an explanation for Darrin's changed appearance and voice, allowing the show to progress smoothly. The naming of female witches in the series is another interesting aspect. Most of these characters have names ending in a, such as Samantha, Endora, and Tabatha, to name a few. This pattern, however, is not without exceptions, as seen in characters like Abigail Beecham and Mary, showcasing a mix of traditional and unique naming conventions. In casting choices, Jim Backus was originally considered for the role of Abner Kravitz. However, his commitment to Gilligan's Island led to him turning down the offer. This decision exemplifies the overlapping careers and casting challenges in television during that era. This series stands out not only for its comedic and fantastical elements, but also for its adaptability in the face of casting changes, and its subtle yet creative character naming. These aspects contributed to the show's ongoing appeal and its ability to seamlessly navigate behind-the-scenes changes without disrupting the viewer's experience.